Okay, this tool is called the ECE Transformer, and ECE stands for Emerging Client Experience. Before we get into the actual process, I want to remind you of the fundamental relationship model that this process is built upon. What we see here are three core elements. Number one is that you have a personal gift, a unique talent, or a unique ability, a superior skill that you have a passion for. You love doing it. It's a zone of activities that you get energized by doing, and other people love being in your presence when you do them. And most likely, my guess is that you do it when you're selling, when you're relational, when you're having conversation with other people. They really, really want to say yes to you for it. It's a tractor beam quality. It's an X factor. And so it's so much a part of you. It's so instinctive within you. Sometimes it becomes so easy to do that we take it for granted and we forget how authentic and cool and one of a kind it actually is. But as you begin to listen to the world around you and you hear what is emerging within you, you start to become aware of a more essential part of yourself. You recognize where things that you do are very, very useful to others. And the idea is to create a business model where you can express that essential self within it and be rewarded for it. So you get rewarded, you get psychic salary, you get all the personal internal rewards, and the people around you, the world, gets access to all the rewards they want. They get to buy their future through your skills being applied to it. The second component of this model is the ideal client criteria, the fact that you are not right for everybody, that there's a red velvet rope, just like you're the bouncer of a club to your business. And you can only let certain people through who fit this criteria and people who don't. Sometimes I hear that you're scared to death that you might have to let go of someone who's not within that criteria. But by having faith in this principle and knowing that what goes is bringing in something that must come, there's a law of substitution that's at play here. And as much as we're attached to the people that we know we don't work our hardest for, we need to be willing to let those go, to put our best self and our best work toward the individuals and the characteristics there in them that we really work our butts off for, because that will return multiple rewards to us. They'll be referring us. They'll take delivery of better value. Through that value, they'll come back more often. So by choosing our clients, they become bigger assets for our business. And the number one quality that brings up the value of our business, what drives up the equity in our business, is the quality of our data. It's the quality of our clients. So this is a habit that directly links you to that ability to leverage that. The third component is the transformative conversation, that in the 21st century, we don't sell products and it's not about services. It's about a transformative conversation. It's about a generative listening to a unique universe of another individual and figuring out how to create value for them, looking at your unique skills, traits, resources, capabilities, etc. And so when we put ourselves in the right opportunities, when we put ourselves in front of the right relationships with the right offers and skills and things we enjoy doing, we put those to use in other people's futures, and we do that in a way where we can transform them just by the conversation itself. What emerges from this place, from this ensemble of ingredients at play, is a unique client experience. And so over and over again, through every conversation, over and over again, as you get better and better with your unique ability, as it becomes even more defined, more unique, you become ultimately so skilled at it that you do it so automatically, but yet you get a better result every time. Less effort, more results, less determination. And then you have this unique client, and more it allows you, as you get better at what you do, to have the freedom to select the clients that you want. And so you put all this together into a unique package. And this unique package offers you the freedom to choose your purpose in life, the freedom to do what you want with the time that you have, the freedom to choose the relationships that you want, and the freedom to make as much money as you want to. And you're completely immune to the competition. Because once you deliver this kind of unique client experience, people cannot get it from anybody else. And it's crucial to the future success of the audience. So what's the process? How does it work? Where do we shift our attention? What are the beginnings? Where's the origination point of this unique process? It starts with three different types of listening. Listening from what I call the outer realm, listening from the inner realm, and then listening from the whole picture. Listening from the whole. So I'm going to start with listening from the outer realm, and you'll get an idea as to what I mean by this just by the wordsmithing of the questions. So listen carefully to these questions, and then write down your answers. Either stop the tape or play it all the way through, and then go back and take them on one by one. Question number 1. Now I'm asking you to be standing in the shoes of your customer for a moment. Walk in his shoes and look at the world through his eyes right now, like a helicopter that's looking down on your customer's world. Let's tune in. Let's sense and listen from the world that your customer attends to. Describe the story of his life. So question number 1, what is his highest future possibility? It's been said that your target market is a group that has a future that you're passionate about helping. So for example, I work with high-performing professionals, mature professionals, because they have a future that they want to free themselves up, and they've become so good at what they're doing. They can do so much good in the world with all of their high level of skills. And by them being liberated, they can take delivery of a creative freedom that they can then transform into unique value creation for clients. And I just love this whole process of how an entrepreneur has these unique breakthroughs through their experiences, and they're so close to their experiences that they really are laying down the path of the future as they're walking on it. They get so many ahas and breakthroughs, and so I can be so instrumental in doing great things to the world through them, and I just love the future that they have. I think they're the role models of tomorrow. So where could your client, where could he, your customer, be destined to land in business? Where could they be destined to land? Where could they be destined to land in life? Try to imagine all the possibilities of their future. What would be the best future possibility that you could consider for them? Number 2, what matters most to him? What matters most to him? And as you look at this, you look at it with fresh eyes. It's not about what should matter. It's about what does matter to your client. Remember, listening from the outer realm, listening from the environment, listening from them. What does he truly want to have happen? What does he truly want to have happen? What are your client's longings? This is question number 2. It's an intrinsic motivation question. What are his deepest desires? What really matters to him? We're not talking about needs here. We're talking about desires. Wanting something to happen for its own sake. What does he truly want to have happen? What does he long for? Number 3, what are his greatest dangers that he's concerned about? Dangers often have to do with fear. What does he fear most of losing? Does he fear losing his life? Does he fear relationships that'll be lost? Does he fear losing his money? Does he fear losing his character? Does he fear losing his dwelling? Does he fear losing what? What does he fear losing the most? Number 4, what are his greatest risks? From his eyes, what are his greatest risks? Risks of not acting on something, risks of acting on something. Number 5, what are his biggest limitations? What truly limits him in his world? Number 6, what tells him that he's winning or losing? What tells him that he's winning or losing? How does he measure success or failure? Could he measure it differently? Number 7, what are the conditions he faces in realizing his journey? What are the conditions he faces in realizing his journey? What obstacles limit his progress? What are the inner obstacles inside of him? What are the outer obstacles that prevent or circumvent him? What are the short-term obstacles? What are the long-term obstacles? If he were to remove an obstacle and make headway, would that produce another obstacle? And what would it be? Number 8, why hasn't his limiting conditions been surpassed or won yet, historically? Why hasn't his limiting conditions been surpassed or won yet, historically? Number 9, what is the biggest question facing him today? What is the biggest question facing him today? Number 10, what opportunities does he have? What are the opportunities that he has on the map? What opportunities could be realized? Number 11, what excites him? What does he enjoy doing the most? What strengths and accomplishments enrich him and foster a bigger future for him? What strengths and accomplishments enrich him and foster a bigger future? Number 12, what are his best assets that make him confident about the future? What are his biggest assets that make him confident about the future? So we've gone through 12 questions as you're listening from the outer realm. These are all very client-centric. You're learning about your client independent of your assumptions. We're looking at the essential client, the essence of your client, not your appearance, or not his appearance to you. You're looking at actual, not superficial. You're looking at his desires, goals, needs, strengths, fears, stepping into his universe and looking outward from his eyes. All value creation and usefulness begins with these clues. These are the raw materials for constructing a unique value system that will enable, support, empower, that will help this person buy the future that he wants, eliminate the dangers, expand the opportunities, and focus the strengths. Now we're going to shift more internal. We're going to go into listening from the inner realm, and these are the inner conditions within you. I'm predicting that already you have started to sense something emerging in you as you're telling yourself the answers to these questions. Number 1, when you hear these desires, needs, and opportunities and strengths within your customer's universe, what is it that emerges within you? What is it that you begin to notice in the stillness? What becomes obvious to you? What are your heart's desires? Number 2, what destiny or future is standing in need of you? To what are you sensing you're in service to now? Number 3, is there a common theme between situations recently or in the past that might have prepared you for this call to action? I'm talking about you examining your life. Is there a common theme between situations or maybe even customers recently or in the past that might have prepared you for this call to action? Number 4, watching yourself from a helicopter above, what are you trying to do at this stage of your professional and personal journey? If you were in a helicopter above, what are you trying to do at this stage of your professional and personal journey? Number 5. If these data points in the outer realm are the seeds of expanding into what you love and creating more value with that, what could it be? If these data points in the outer realm are the seeds to expanding into what you love and creating more value with that, what could it be? What would it look like? Number 6. What is non-essential that must go or die in you to release this into being? Now, I'm asking you to identify maybe voices like your judgment, or your criticism, or your cynicism, your ridicule, or your fear, or your anger. What is it that is non-essential that must go or die in you to release this into being? Number 7, taking stock of your inventory of skills, capabilities, and resources, what is the highest point of influence you have among all you have or could have to give that is essential to this unique client universe? Taking stock of your inventory of skills, capabilities, and resources, what is the highest point of influence you have among all you have or could have to give that is essential to this unique client universe? Number 8, as you consider your most powerful units of value to bring, what stands out that energizes you naturally by delivering it? As you consider your most powerful units of value to bring, what stands out that energizes you naturally by delivering it? Number 9, taking stock of your life journey so far, what is the most useful quality, asset, skill, or idea you can bring to this unique client universe to bring rewards? Taking stock of your life journey so far, what is the most useful quality, asset, skill, or idea you can bring to this unique client universe to bring rewards? So we've now gone through listening from the inner realm, and you see that we've worked from the outer realm to the inner realm, and it's important that we integrate these two. So what comes of this is an emerging whole. Listening now from the wholeness. Number 1, working from your inner and outer listening, crystallize a map of structures, capabilities, and service concepts that espouse, behold, and express your most powerful wisdom using your experiences, creativity, and unique talents. Working from your inner and outer listening, crystallize a map of structures, capabilities, and service concepts that espouse, behold, and express your most powerful wisdom, relying upon your experiences, creativity, and unique talents. Number 2, what services, capabilities, and deliveries are going to be crafted? What new forms are now ready to be born through you? Number 3, if you were to try this out and fail, would you be ready to sacrifice time for assimilating what is needed to surface? Be pieced together emergently on the journey of perfecting this into a rewarding system that you could live by? So I'm asking you, if you were to try this and fail, which you most likely will, because failing fast is the rapid cycle feedback that you need to get back up, make adjustments on your way to creating what this is. Would you be ready to sacrifice time for assimilating and absorbing what is needed to surface? In other words, be pieced together emergently on the journey of perfecting it into a rewarding system that you can live by. Number 4, in meaningful measurement of value, what could result from such a venture for your buyer? So I'm asking you to consider what could result for him. Now, what could result for you? What's in it for you? Number 5, what supporting elements, help, or resources would you need to put this into place? Number 6, taking inventory of what you have now and who you have around you, what could happen? Number 7, what metrics would you elect to know whether this unique client experience is working or not working? What are the metrics by which you would gauge whether this unique client experience is working or not working? What prototype, this is number 8, what prototype or simulation structure could you assemble to fiddle with this until it's realized into full throttle? I'm asking you to consider what prototype or simulation structure could you assemble to fiddle with this until it's realized into full throttle. Number 9, what are your next steps in bringing what is wanting to happen here into being? What are the projects involved? What are the tasks that support those projects? What are the timelines? Number 10, taking stock of what you actually have now in your business model, how would you transition this into your current business one in a way that enhances it, not interferes? So I'm asking you to consider what the implementation steps would be, considering what's already working in your business model. How would you take these new innovations, these new ideas, this new ground, and how would you merge it in a way that enhances your current model, not interferes? Okay, so we've gone through the Emerging Client Experience Transformer. You've got a lot of questions here to consider, and I suggest that you take these home with you, so to speak. You let them marinate. You fiddle with them for a while and play around with your answers. These are not just hit-and-run answers where you pick your best choice and go with it. These are reflections, deep reflections, that combine the inner realm, the outer realm, and then the emerging whole. From this, I recommend that you document, illustrate, sketch, and map on a napkin if you'd like, or on a regular piece of paper, or word processor, wherever you feel the download is good, and you begin to move your ideas from behind your eyes out in front of your eyes so that now you have something that you can work with. I appreciate you listening to this, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. I know that when you create a unique client experience, it immediately fires you from commoditization. You will not be having to deal with the price war, and you'll be able to reach higher levels in your business by introducing new forms, new client experiences that allow you to monopolize your business. Thank you very much.